talking Georgia recruiting, like it's really just been the hottest month I can remember. I think there was a period where Georgia had 10 commits in like 12 days. And you're seeing the names come off the board. I'm not going to rehash all the commits that Georgia's gotten recently, but the main ones I want to talk about today, because we got some commits coming up. 5-star tight end Caden Prothrow is going to announce on Saturday, and I think that's just continuing the trend of top ranked tight ends that Georgia just always seems to get. You go back to this past class with Jaden Riddell, Lawson Lucky, Oscar Delp was one of the top ranked tight ends coming out of high school. No, I'm sorry, the past class was even better with Elias Williams and Ethan Barbour. Like it's insane what Georgia's doing at the tight end position. In the recruiting of the tight end position. You go back to Darnell Washington, go back to Brock Bowers. You go back, like I said, you go all the way back to Jeb Blazevich, who was a big time. You go back to Jay Rome before that. Isaac Nauta was a big time tight end recruit coming out. It's just, it's amazing what Georgia's been able to do with this tight end position. I've talked about it before. Georgia fans have had this obsession with the tight end for years. Like, I don't know what it is. The older generation of Georgia fans, like, we got to get the tight ends involved more. Like, we got to, and it's like, okay, yeah, sometimes you get the tight end. I want to get at the ball to the receivers, the guys that make big plays. As good as Isaac Nauta is, as good as, Arthur Lynch was, those guys should never be your leading receiver. Hopefully you have receivers that are more dynamic pass catchers, and those guys are just solid change of pace guys. Like Ben Watson, I don't think people are saying, "Oh, Ben Watson should have been fed the rock more." Like that's just not how the offense works, right? Like give the ball to Reggie Brown and Fred Gibson, and Ben Watson can be a great blocker and change the pace. I'm dating myself there. I don't know if some of you are following the 20-year-old reference now that was. But I think you just look at what Georgia's done at the tight end position. Caden Prothrow, I think Oregon was making a push for him. But for what it sounds like, I mean, he's gonna be another 5-star tight end that Georgia adds to this room. And that's pretty cool. So you'll be happy. We should be happy to see that on Saturday. Hopefully we're happy to see him on Saturday. And then the other one on Saturday is Tyreek Green, the safety out of Buford, who I think everyone's heard at this point that this is like Kirby Smart's guy. I think Miami is the other one that's like really pushing Georgia for him. But Georgia, we had this curse of guys from Buford, right? Like Georgia couldn't get guys from Buford. Get Dylan Raiola committed. Dylan Raiola goes to Buford, then Dylan Raiola decommits. So I don't know. There was a thing that Georgia couldn't get guys from Buford for a while. Got KJ Bolden in the 2024 class. I'm mixing up my years here. He would have been the 2024 class. Got KJ Bolden in the 2024 class. Potentially you get Tyreek Green here in the 2026 class. And 2025 class. Wait, 2026 class. Yes. I'm messing up my years right now. So Tyreek Green in this class, I think what everyone says about him is that I'll say he's gotten some Javon Bullard comparisons. He should be a good fit in Georgia's star position. But if you know anything about me, you know that Javon Bullard is one of my all-time favorite Georgia Bulldogs. This dude is just embodies what I feel like the Kirby Smart era has been, really. I think as good as so many of the 5-stars have been for Georgia, it feels like there's almost been as many impactful 3-star recruits or lower 4 guys that are just kind of forgotten about in the recruiting class. And you're like, oh yeah, this guy's a damn good player. And Javon Bullard, the physicality that dude played with, he was just a dog. So Javon Bullard, one of my all-time favorites. So if Tyreek Green is getting comparisons to Javon Bullard and how he can play that star position, be physical and can cover, I'll be excited about that. So Caden Prothrow, Tyreek Green, both announcing on Saturday. Both could potentially be choosing the Bulldogs, and that would just make this this top 3, I think top 2 class now even better than it's been. So, I don't even know now with the new scholarship rules, going all the way to 105. I think that's in effect starting next year, starting 2026, I believe. So, no walk-ons, but the roster is increased from 85 to 105. I mean, maybe you can sign 30 guys every class with some attrition, with a lot of attrition with some programs with the transfer portal, and with some schools signing 15 or 18 guys and making it a strategy of the transfer portal. Maybe Georgia just does sign 30 guys and gets as many as they want on campus, because at some point someone's going to transfer. We'll see. So Caden Protho, Tyreek Green. Hopefully Georgia can add those. And then the big one, the number 1 player in the state, Tyler Atkinson. Not that those two aren't huge. Both top 100 players. And then Tyler Atkinson out of Grayson. Supposedly he said he's going to have a July announcement. And this week he put out his 4 finalists are Georgia, Texas, Clemson, and Oregon. So I think that's interesting. I'll steal this nugget I heard from Brooks Austin that supposedly Clemson is a dark horse here because there might be some sort of marketing agreement they came to, and this is Brooks Austin putting the pieces together. Brooks Austin does a great job. You guys go over, check out his stuff as well. According to him, any sort of marketing thing, everyone knows. I mean, at this point, most people know that Tyler Atkinson is an Adidas athlete. All those schools there, Georgia, Texas, Clemson, and Oregon, all Nike schools. So is someone going to let this guy wear Adidas? How's that going to work? I don't know. I have no idea. Do you wear Nike in the games but still do commercials for Adidas? Would Adidas be okay with that? I don't know about that. But, it's interesting. I think if he had one Adidas school in here, or maybe he had Tennessee and they're about to go to Adidas or something, because I think that was announced. I don't know what year that's going to take place, but I think if there was an Adidas school left, I think everyone would be speculating Tyler Atkinson is going to go to that one. So the fact there's 4 Nike schools here, which is very interesting. Maybe the contract is voided until he goes to the NFL. I don't know how that works. I don't know. NIL, I'm learning it just like you guys are. So I don't know. That'll be